misogyny is simply the hatred towards women, and in often cases, female K-pop idols are held to those strict beauty standards, as treated unfairly, harassed, and objectified. And if they don't fit these beauty standards, they receive massive hate and criticism. With that, let's dive into this issue. The Korean beauty standard has been there since what, forever? It is incredibly toxic and intense. Your skin color, your weight, and your facial features must all conform to the standards. And if it doesn't, then fans bully and ridicule you. Idols are expected to look a certain way, to speak a certain way, to act a certain way. You're not supposed to act too cute, else you're gonna be cringe. You're not supposed to wear revealing clothes because you're gonna call you the S word, or you're not supposed to date, most especially. This really puts a lot of pressure on the K-pop idols, and when it comes to the beauty standards, K-pop idols have to go under the knife to get their face, the dream face that people actually want them to have surgically, of course. And then there's you. So this brings us to the next topic, the effect the beauty standards has on fans. So, always seeing these beautiful and attractive K-pop idols all the time makes you slowly develop body issues, although you may or may not be aware of this. You become very insecure, and you'll definitely start finding means to change your appearance. And since plastic surgery is normalized in the industry, you'll feel eager to get them, ignoring the consequences, all in order to look like that certain idol that you literally criticize. But the horrible side to the situation is that most of these young, impressionable women are mostly teenagers and haven't developed yet.
This is not a dream.
So this brings us to our next topic, which is the objectifying of female K-pop idols, or even females in general. So there was this criminal case which was called the Anthem case. So it was a criminal case involving blackmail, cyber, sex trafficking, and the spread of sexually exploitative videos via Telegram between 2018 and 2020 in South Korea. And another example is the Burning scandal, which is similar to the Anthem case, in which some former K-pop singers Jung Jung-hoon, Seungri, and Choi Jung-hoon was a part of. Yet again, we have the deepfake images. This is where new top K-pop idols has been created using artificial intelligence for creeps. Actually, it's really disgusting. Actually, just imagine having to deal with the beauty standards, and now you also have these creeps having your images, being altered into a certain specific way that isn't right. And these criminals and culprits are just walking out there free men and not a single ounce of guilt in them. And now the victims are left to deal with their newfound trauma. Now, moving on, we have the next topic being rebellion. So, feminism falls under this. So, feminism is basically standing up for female rights and then, equality, gender equality. And we have some specific women in K-pop that stands for female empowerment. They are seen as rebels that go against beauty standards, their bodies apparently, and people admire them for these qualities. So we have someone like Jennie, Lisa, Soyeon, we have Jessie, we have Boa, and many others. But the actual question here is, why are they seen as the epitome of female empowerment? Now let me join you to the Western culture. So when we say a celebrity that literally stands for female empowerment, someone like Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, and others will probably be mentioned. But what do they all have in common? So, as women, we tend to say that we dislike being objectified, and then now we control our own body, and then we can do whatever we want with it. But at the end of the day, we play back into the same role that we've been trying to avoid. Looking at our representatives, you can see them. There's one thing in common with them, and it's not something that is actually something that we can be proud of. And we also said we're not about the male gaze, but when we look at how we try to appear, yeah, it's safety. Otherwise, I don't want to bore you guys any further, so yeah, we're ending. So what I wanted to say is that as women, what are we actually doing? What are we doing? I get that there's a lot of pressure to conform to certain standards, but in trying to tell them that yeah, we become rebels, we're against what you're trying to make us do, we instead play into this role that yeah, we've been trying to inevitably avoid. I think we should probably reconsider what we see as female empowerment and rethink feminism as a whole, please, and find proper means to actually bring an end to misogyny the right way.